There was a time when David Milne claimed he had the best view in the country. 45 miles of pure coastline. Now there's just a row of tall, unkept spruce trees planted by his neighbour right on the edge of his land.
You plant trees at this height, which were fully fledged at the time, you no longer have a view. It's just another tactic that the Trump organisation used to intimidate the locals.
His neighbour is Donald Trump. His company built a golf course here 10 years ago in the protected sand dunes, with the approval of local politicians and the Scottish government. They believed his promises of billions in investment, a 450-bed hotel and 6,000 jobs. But he didn't deliver on any of them. Instead, the golf course is making millions in losses. Now Trump wants to invest again and build a whole village on the land with 500 houses. Selling these houses would finally make the profit he wanted. The Scottish government originally planned to build infrastructure for tourism in this sparsely populated area and to create jobs that way. But Trump's village would consist mainly of luxury residential villas, a far cry from the original proposals. The project has met with fierce resistance. Aberdeenshire Council held a hearing last month, but we weren't allowed to film the event. They received more than 3,000 objections to the project. One of them had 18,000 signatures. Trump's lawyer says she doesn't understand what all the fuss is about.
We hope to get on because it has been a difficult period with economic changes and all the uncertainty that's gone on in the British economy. So we just have to start getting development built. The market may change again, bigger developments may come along, but we can only do what's suitable in the market and what's viable in the market in the real world.
Which means no hotel and no tourism infrastructure. David and his fellow campaigners say that's not acceptable and it's all about profit.
It was made quite clear that this was not a choice between the original development and this one. It was this one or nothing. I would view that as a threat to the local council.
Before the council members vote on the issue, they are legally not allowed to voice an opinion. But one member, Martin Ford, has refused to follow this gagging order. Fighting Trump's project is too important to him, so he's not taking part in the vote.
The tourist resort that was the justification has not been built, and bluntly we've been conned. There were enormous promises made about jobs and investment. They haven't materialised. We've lost our wonderful dune system. We've got the worst of all possible worlds. Now the Trump organisation are back, some cheek one might say, applying to build the houses that were supposed to cross-fund the golf resort and are once again claiming economic benefits and all the rest of it. I don't think the council should fall for the same line twice, and I hope it doesn't.
Many of the neighbours who started campaigning 10 years ago are still going strong, but they don't want to be on camera. The attrition policies are having an effect, like the Trump organisation's metre-high earth mound that's blocked their view. David Milne is upset at what's planned for the area.
This is what they call MacLeod Square, and this design pastiche is quite honestly pathetic and should not be considered as a viable option in this area at all. It's just simply ugly.
It's an idyllic Disneyland village, just the way Trump imagines the country of his ancestors, but it has very little bearing on reality here. Real Scotland lies in sight of the golf course, the neighbouring village of Balmedie. Some people here see the project's merits.
No, it's good. Good for the country, good for this area.
I think the more of a development for the area is good. I think it would help. I know he's not well supported, but not everyone shares the same opinion.
It'll probably end up with contractors that aren't from the northeast of Scotland, much like what happened with the golf course, so I think I'd take a bit of a dim view on that one, really.
People have no clue about Trump's plans, says David, because there's more at stake than just a new housing estate.
My personal preference would be that Trump sell up and move on. They have proven themselves unacceptable neighbours, unacceptable employers, unacceptable for the environment and damaging to the local economy. the best thing they can do for Aberdeenshire now is to leave.
Scots are proud of their centuries-old tradition of resisting authority. Trump and his project may be yet to face the full backlash.